This is as good as PCVR gets. Today, we're taking a look at the Pimax Crystal Super. The first time I put on this headset and loaded up Half-Life Alyx, my jaw was open at how good this looks. And with all the Valve Deckard or Steam frame leaks that I've been discussing lately, the comment I keep seeing over and over again is, I don't want another standalone headset. I want a proper high-end PCVR. Well, this is that headset. This headset is built for people who want the best visuals possible, powered by a real gaming PC at an affordable price. So let's get into it. Now, before we get to the good stuff, let's quickly discuss what is inside the box. Firstly, you get the Pimax Crystal Super headset, of course, controllers, head strap and facial interface, DisplayPort and USB cables, the power adapter, the manuals, cleaning cloth, and service card. Basically everything that you need to plug in and start playing. So let's actually talk about the Pimax Crystal Super. Now, there are 4 different versions. The version I have today is the 50 ppd. There's also a 50 ppd ultra wide, a 57 ppd for more high quality visuals, and coming soon is a micro OLED version. I will be looking to review the other models really soon, but today's review is strictly on the 50 ppd model. This is basically the standard stock of the Pimax Crystal Super. Let's talk about the specs, and this device is pretty as high end as it gets. It has a resolution of 3840 by 3840 per eye, which is insane. 50 pixels per degree, which is a massive jump in clarity. That gives a total of 29 million pixels. Glass aspheric lenses, which gives you a wider sweet spot with lower distortion. It has mini LED local dimming for better contrast and dynamic ranges. 200 nits of brightness, up to 90 Hz refresh rate, eye tracking, dynamic VRChat rendering 2.0. It has auto IPD adjustment, no more scrolly wheels. And they're saying on the website the minimum GPU requirement is about an RTX 2070, but recommended for a 3080. But luckily for me, my PC is using the 3080 Ti, so I'll be able to push this thing to its limits. So as you can tell by these specs, this is a premium high-end PC VR headset. There's no standalone mode, no mobile chips, and is purely high-end specs for PCVR. If we compare this stock version of the Pimax Crystal Super to the Pimax Crystal Lite, it is far superior in every single way imaginable. It has higher resolution, higher PPD, wider field of views, glass aspheric lenses, dynamic VRChat rendering 2.0, better blacks and contrast with the mini LEDs, and stronger overall clarity and presence. So the Pimax Crystal Lite is still an amazing device. The amount of specs that you get is still far beyond what you would see on other headsets on the market, but at a crazy price point compared to the Crystal Super, which takes a massive jump with next level clarity, better optics, and a wider field of view in the stock model. You can consider this a pro model. The majority of headsets that have tracking built in uses 6 DOV tracking, basically 6 cameras across the device, while the Pimax Crystal Super actually uses SLAM tracking. That's 4 tracking cameras that scan the room, seeing things like objects, distance, and motion, and the algorithm tracks the controllers and the headset. However, if you did want to use base stations for tracking instead of the ones in the headset, you can do that. But this SLAM tracking is really good and accurate. Now, I'll be giving you my honest review in a moment, but we need to talk about some things that make this device special. Firstly, the comfort. For a headset with heavy-duty specs like this one, comfort is surprisingly good. It has a very well-balanced weight, soft facial padding, adjustable head straps, flip-up visor, and active cooling for no fogging. It's not as light as something like the Quest series, but when you have specs like this, you need to make some compromise. But with how well balanced the weight is on this device, long sessions felt stable, the comfort and the face cushions made it way more reliable for longer sessions, and it was breathable and secure, so you don't feel like you're lugging lots of hardware around. Now, the other thing we need to discuss is the eye tracking. So of course it's used for VRChat rendering 2.0, which basically renders whatever you're looking at. This is a little technique a lot of companies are using now, which makes it easier to run games with better performance. But it has eye tracking too, so it was really easy setup. They have a guide, but for me it was as easy as clicking download, making sure the device is up to date, and ticking a couple of settings in the Pimax software. Now, I got this working in VRChat really easy. I just had to find a skin that allowed for eye tracking, and here's an example of that. The character blinking is me actually blinking. So look, if I look to the left, or I look to the right, and look down, and look up, and blink. How cool is that? It's doing it really well. It's tracking perfectly. I'm going to quickly move my eyes left to right. Ready? How's that? That's really hard to do. Try and do it right now at home without the eye tracking. Try and just quickly move your eyes left to right. Performance with the dynamic voveated rendering and me using a 3080 Ti provided some very solid performance, good frame rate stability, and high clarity without tanking my GPU. I saw smooth gameplay across Half-Life Alyx, VRChat, and many other games. Now, in terms of audio, these speakers are pretty good. They get very loud from an outside perspective. They are easily heard. They're not like headphones where the playback's quiet to other people but really loud for you. These things can be heard, but most of the time you're going to be using this in a room or a PCVR setup, so that's not really an issue, especially when you get better audio quality for this. The microphones sound okay. Here's an example. I'm currently using the microphone on this. Sometimes a little bit tinny, but that can be easily resolved with third-party accessories. Let's have a quick rundown of the Pimax software itself. Right now it's disconnected, but if you were to plug it in, you'll see this say connected. It has guidance, SteamVR, which you can launch straight away, room settings, set pairs, reset headset, reset services, and device settings. And then you can control it further via SteamVR. For example, I use SteamVR to control if I want to lower a resolution or increase or decrease the hertz. Wearing the headset, it's super easy to navigate and get everything in control. You can load up SteamVR in one button. It has everything that you need. In terms of the controllers, these are really comfortable and nice. They last a long time. They charge via USB-C. It has a perfect fit in the hand. It's nice, it's cozy, it's snug, very familiar to other controllers on the market. The only thing I wish they didn't have was the ring. I feel like it's slightly outdated. However, there is evidence to suggest that the rings provide more accurate tracking. So when you have something like slam tracking and you're buying a premium headset like this, it's not really a big deal. It doesn't interrupt your experience when you're in VR, and if it provides more tracking, then I am for it. So, should you buy the Pimax Crystal Super in 2025? If you want the absolute best clarity that you can get in consumer PCVR right now, and a headset that pushes visuals, high pixels per degree, and field of view further than anything in this price range, and not another standalone device, then the Pimax Crystal Super is 100% the headset for you. Now, Pimax did send me this headset to review openly and honestly. They have no control over what I say in this video, and everything you've heard is based on me using the headset. As of right now, the device is $1,700 or £1,300, and if you do decide you want one, you can get it at the best available price using the links in the description or using code LordsiVR to get yourself a massive discount. You buying that with their Black Friday deals, you get so much money off and free stuff included. That way you support the channel at no extra cost and you get the best discount available. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments, what game would you play first on the Crystal Super? But thank you so much for watching. Having a fantastic day and peace.